Back here at the NASCAR Nationwide Series inaugural running of the Indy 250 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, as we've completed 18 of 100 laps, as we're under the caution as they
hit this time 47 at the line.
All right, we did have a little bit of contact on pit road, and we're going to go on board with Kurt Busch now. We'll show you exactly what happened.
Yeah, this is a very tight pit road. You can see with all these cars still on the lead lap how things get jammed up.
A couple of times you see there. He was running, Kurt Busch was running 13 when the caution came out.
And the second contact put a little more damage on the 08 of Kyle Fowler. And then watch what happens here to Paul Menard.
Wow, look at this stack up. Paul just barely misses. Looks like Mike Bliss.
Let's check in on the one car. What are you hearing, Dave Burns?
Well, Marty, they stopped for 2 tires on the first stop, so they came in and fixed that left front. They're going to do it again right now, put on the left side tires as well. I guess that's the good news. The bad news was, of course, that he had that contact with Kyle Fowler. But as Andy noted, he's picked up 5 positions from the start with a very loose race car. They dropped the track bar 2 whole rounds trying to fix that for Kurt, but now they've got this issue.
Yeah, and he's going to get back out. If he can stay on the lead lap, it looks like he will. He's going to be about 36th when we go back green.
Well, the last race that he won, which was at Daytona, his car looked a whole lot worse than that.
Well, here's what Kurt had to say on the radio after all this.
It went down pit road at 2,000 p.m. 2,000, and the still couldn't find his damn box.
So
it's got to be frustrating, Dale, when you're trying to get to your pit stall and you got somebody holding you up.
It was awfully frustrating to Kurt. Yes, but it is. You're exactly right. Yes, they're holding up, and you know, they'd made a good pit stop, and he was trying to get back out and into the mix, but unfortunately he has some damage.
Don't forget, there was a time when Kurt won at Daytona after pitting 6 times under caution to fix damage.
It'll be a little tougher to pass here than Daytona, though.
Yeah, that's true. Big factor. Big factor. All right, let's reset it for you because Denny Hamlin is the race leader. He's going to select the inside. Brad Keselowski alongside. Then in Casey Kane, Elliott Sadler, Kyle Busch, Sam Hornish Jr. That's your top 6. Then it's Ty Dillon, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That is your top 10. Kyle Busch came in leading the race, and of course he comes back out in 5th. So let's go back and see if we can sort this all out and show you what happened as far as his pit stop, Andy.
They came in the leader, lost those 4 spots. See, Elliott Sadler does a good job. His crew doing a 6.1. That 9.9 is not good enough for 2 tires and a little bit of gas.
Let's check in with Dr. Jerry Punch.
We're with Rick Wren, the team manager for Kyle Busch. And Rick, you guys waited on fuel, and it cost you 4 spots on the racetrack. Why?
Well, this race historically, at least with the Cup cars, can be a major fuel mileage event at the end of this. So we want to make sure we're real accurate on our fuel, and the only way we can be accurate for sure is to fill it. The guys around us, I don't believe they filled theirs up because they're planning on kind of like short pitting. So they're going to go off their fuel mileage from practice. I want to go off of our fuel mileage from today in the race so we know exactly where we're at the end of this race.
How much pressure on you guys to be mistake-free today, given all the issues you've had to overcome the past few weeks?
Well, you know, we've talked about it in our team meeting again today. Just everybody here has to bring their A game because our driver brings his A game. So we just talked to everybody. No mistakes today. No loose lug nuts. No nothing. And we just hope that everybody brings their A game today. I mean, we've shot the boss in the foot a few times here lately, and we just need to try to help him out.
Kyle Busch hoping to get that victory. So do these guys here today. They need it for this team.
As we look at the replay, do you agree with this call, Andy?
Well, I don't. I'd rather have the track position. They had the lead. They could have just made a nice clean stop, got back out. And they have a pretty decent idea of what they're going to get for fuel mileage. To give up 3 spots just to make sure, I don't know about that.
You can see what it cost him as he is going to restart in the 5th position, and from high above.
At least he's on the inside. That's one good thing they did for him.
Pace car pulls down. Here we go. Waiting for the flag to come out as they come down the front straightaway. Now it's in the air.
Casey struggled again on the restart.
He's on the outside there in that 38. He may lose another spot to the 54. And he does. So Kyle Busch gets around him, picks one of those spots back up.
Yeah, it's no fun starting on the outside and trying to work your way back down, so you're willing to give up a spot or two even for that. But you're right. He's been on the front row twice and hasn't made much for the inside or the outside.
Down into 3. Side-by-side action through the corner. Everybody making it through okay. There's Paul Menard in that 33 car. He's trying to go underneath the 44 of Mike Bliss.
Yeah, see, Paul got 4 tires on that pit stop and got bottled up on pit road, so he gave up quite a few spots.
He was the first to come in to get 4 tires. He came in 9th, restarted 15th, and he's working his way back up. Here we go with a battle for the lead. There's Brad Keselowski. He's got the line down low, and he goes underneath the 18 of Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, you can see Kyle Busch even thought about making it 3 wide there for a minute. He had such a run. This is where they're going to try 3 wide. He cuts that off for Casey King.
He saw Casey coming, and he slammed the door.
Big push, though, from Elliott Sadler. Where will he go now?
Getting a little dicey down in 3, little contact. Everybody holds on to it, and Kyle Busch, he has got a rocket ship. On board with Sadler.
I was talking to a number of the drivers, and they were saying when they get side by side, they're just going to have to kind of almost use the driver up to push him up a little bit, because they can't. This is what's going to happen right here. 3 wide into 1.
Oh, and Sam Warnish makes it work as he goes around the 51 of Ty Dillon.
Like you say, Dale, you got 2 guys in front of you running side by side. They're making a huge hole. You can get a big run and pass both of them. Yeah, that's why you don't waste any time running side by side. That's why you see Kyle Busch being so aggressive.
Boy, isn't it amazing? Early in this race, this is the second time we've seen the 2 of Elliott Sadler and the 3 of Austin Dillon, the 2 guys challenging for the top spot in the points, and there they are, nose to tail on the track. There's your top 5 here at Indianapolis. We're working lap 24 of 100. That's right, we're almost a quarter of the way done. Major League Baseball continues on ESPN. First tomorrow is a bitter division rivalry. Adrian Gonzalez and the Red Sox headed to the Bronx to battle Robinson Cano and the Yankees. That's at 8. Then Monday at 7, Albert Pujols and the Angels look to unseat the AL West leading Rangers, anchored by Josh Hamilton. Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell, and Monday Night Baseball presented by USAA on ESPN. Both games available on ESPN3 and also live on WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. New leader. And we'll show you how it happened. Kyle Busch is back out in front, so the tardy pit stop did not seem to bother Kyle all that long, as here it is.
Yeah, he got a nice run off of turn 2 and was able to draft a little bit and then pulled out. Got far enough away from Brad Keselowski, he wasn't going to do any side drafting to impede his progress. Took the lead back. I guess that's why they spent that extra time.
I guess so. They knew they could get it back.
And he's pulling away from Brad Keselowski. Kyle definitely has the best car on the racetrack right now. He was fastest last lap, and I have a sneaky feeling he's going to be fastest this lap. And you're looking right there at the 30 car, James Buescher. Now, he was as high as 17th after the restart at 22nd, and he had to pit, and we'll show you exactly why.
This is one of the things that happens here. You see how low they want to run through the corner? They get on that grass, the splitters kind of chop it up, and he gets a full grill of grass. They had to get in there and clean it off so they could keep it cool. Vince?
Yeah, his temperatures are up to 250, so you see him giving a good clean of the grill there as he comes in. They also added fuel, and Allgaier said immediately, or James Buescher rather, said immediately that the car was handling better, so good news on all fronts for the 30.
All right, thanks for the update, Vince. And as we said, he is out there in 34th right now. Last car on the lead lap. Taylor Malsom is 1 lap down in 35th. Everyone else is behind the wall or out of the race.
The big problem is he looks at his mirror and he sees a fast closing leader of the race, Kyle Busch, coming in.
Yeah, he's catching about 3/4 of a second a lap. Kyle Busch is, so he's not going to have a lot of time on that lead lap.
You notice that Elliott Sadler went through your screen as we look at the 33 of Paul Menard taking a peek underneath Joey Logano, and he does make the pass. And you know, everybody was saying that they were worried about being able to pass on this racetrack, but we're seeing a pretty good deal of passing here in the early going.
Yeah, and it's just, I think it's more of a matter of how do you do it? Where are we going to go about it? Where's going to be the best place? And you have a better handling car. I know a lot of them talked about how good they drove. They didn't see how bad some of them were going to get in traffic, and so then you can make passes.
Let's get an update on that 33 car. How about it, Dave Burns?
Marty, we saw the lockup on pit road that Paul had to do to avoid damaging his race car. And you might be concerned that he would have flat spotted those tires, but he radioed back to crew chief Ernie Cope before they got going. Everything feels smooth. I think they'll be all right. Now, he hasn't picked up any position since the restart, but he also hasn't wanted to come down pit road again, so it's good news.
And the 33 right now in 8th position. And he's opened up a little ground over the 20 of Joey Logano. Meanwhile, there's the gap between first and second. There's your top 5 as we're working lap 31. Kyle Busch won 3 times over at the small track at Lucas Oil Raceway.